Hi everybody, welcome to your weekly forecast for Monday, May 16th through Sunday, May 22nd. There's actually quite a lot of aspects this week, major aspects, but they don't start until Wednesday. Okay, so on Wednesday, May 18th, we have Mars in Pisces conjuncts Neptune in Pisces. On Thursday, May 19th, we have the Sun in Taurus trines Pluto in Capricorn. On Friday, May 20th, we have Mercury in Gemini sextiles Jupiter in Aries. On Saturday, we have the Sun in Gemini conjunct Mercury in Gemini, and the Sun also moves into Gemini on this day. And on Sunday, May 22nd, Mars in Pisces sextiles Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, so welcome back, my subscribers, and if you're new to my channel and you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and like and share it. But I would like to thank all of you, my loyal followers and subscribers, for coming back every week and every month. So for those of you that are new, though, check out my monthly forecasts, and there are links below to my website if you would like to have your chart done. There's also a link to something called Ask Me a Question. It's for people who only want to know one or two things maybe about their chart. Okay, so happy lunar eclipse, by the way, on Monday. Yeah, Sunday into Monday. Okay, the effects are still around though, so whatever happened around this day for you, I actually do cover the moon, full moon, and new moon in your monthly forecast. So you could get a little bit more info there. Okay, so we'll see what happened with you guys. Maybe something pretty significant happened. Okay, so whatever sign comes up. Hey, Sagittarius. On Wednesday, May 18th, Mars in Pisces in your 4th house conjuncts Neptune in Pisces in your 4th house of your home life, where you actually physically live, the people you live with, your immediate family or people that you consider family, relatives even, whatever. Roommate possibly. If you live alone, whatever, it's your personal life, but it is where you physically live. Okay, now having Mars here kind of means that you have been making changes within your living arrangements or your home period, or apartment, whatever, making kind of big changes, not just painting or whatever, buying things for your home. Here's the thing though about these two planets, they don't work really well together unless you're like some really I don't know, very spiritual or religious kind of person. You know, this is like, Mars is the ego planet. It's the me, mine planet. Okay, Neptune is the selfless kind of charitable, altruistic planet. Okay, so at this time, you know, either you or someone you live with, a family member possibly, could be just someone that you know that you're involved with, but this is in regards to your home life, because this is where this is occurring. They could do something on your behalf, you know, to make them look like the bigger person, that they're helping you in some way or other. Maybe you do need some kind of help in regards to your home or property, but they do it in such a way that they make you feel like really small. You know what I mean? Like you have to kind of like, I don't know, swallow your pride or your ego or something in some way. You know, maybe they're doing something to your home. Maybe you've got a contractor there or something like that. And I just checked the time because I might run off, so I got to be careful here. But anyways, they might come across something else that happens in your home that also needs fixed or something. But the way they present it to you, it's almost like it was your fault that this thing occurred to your home, or you were lazy or stupid or something. You know what I mean? So you've got somebody wanting to do some kind of really nice charitable act for you, but they want to rub your face in it. Okay, something like that. It could be happening right now. Lots of times it is with family, because family has a tendency to do things like that because they know you better. So this is usually people who are close to you. However, if you are talking to a contractor or looking for a home, you know, Jupiter was just here, so there was a possibility that you moved to a new home, you know, whatever. Okay, so if you're just now looking, you know, for someone to help you or do some kind of work on your home, right? Then they could be really laying it on thick, like they are doing you a favor by giving you their service at a really low price, and that's not so. You know what I mean? They're just making you feel like you'd be passing up a really good thing if you didn't deal like with them. Okay. As far as family goes, you could have someone that you live with, or it could be a roommate that decides to point out all these wonderful things that they do. Like you wouldn't be able to handle it if they didn't live there. You know what I mean? You need them to live there with you to help with the bills or something like that. Like they're doing you a huge favor, where it's like the other way around. You know what I mean? This is probably like your home, you know, your home or your apartment or something, and they moved in with you. But just be aware of someone possibly trying to do something or even say something like to you that makes it sound like they're doing you a huge favor, and you're supposed to be all grateful for like the rest of your life. Okay. Okay, on Thursday, May 19th, the Sun in Taurus in your 6th house trines Pluto transiting in your 2nd house of Capricorn. So we've got your 2nd house, where you have Capricorn and Pluto transiting, is your house of earned income. And your 6th house is your workplace, the kind of work that you actually do. Okay, so obviously there is something going on here, whereas you know, I don't really see like a raise coming in here, but there's like an increase in work or something like that, or it could be you've had the planet Uranus in your 6th house for a while now in the sign of Taurus, right? So it kind of should have made you want to look for side jobs that are more interesting. You're developing your own business or your own skills, or it could be like from a hobby that you've had in the past. I've mentioned many times that it could possibly involve your voice in some way or other, because you have Taurus on the 6th house, and that governs, Taurus governs the throat area. So it could be something you even say, you know, you do voiceovers, or you sing, or you do something or other, but that side that side gig, you know, that you should have been doing or would like to do. I mean, if you haven't yet, this would be a great time to start. But it's paying off. It is bringing you money in some way or other. Okay, on Friday, May 20th, Mercury in Gemini in your 7th house, 6th house, Jupiter transiting in your 5th house of Aries. So you're going to have Mercury here in Gemini for a while. The Sun eventually will move here, and Mars is going to spend an extended stay in Gemini in a few months, okay? So your 7th house is your close relationships, your partnerships, business, romantic, close friends. This is also the house of, let's see, well, we'll say the house of open enemies, even though I really don't see anything going on like that right now. It's the house of competitors. You know, you have Jupiter in your 5th house of romance and fun and speculation, creativity, all kinds of fun stuff, you know. So if you're not involved in a romantic relationship right now, Jupiter is opening up possibilities for you to form some kind of partnership like that is creative, regarding a creative project. You know, Mercury's retrograde right now, so you could be going back and forth with someone. You're both tweaking whatever it is that you're going to do. Okay, as far as romance goes, same thing. You know, you could be making plans with someone, and it's going, you know, back and forth. The fifth house being the house of fun and amusement, you know, with Jupiter here, just means that there's lots of possibilities opening up for you to do this very thing. And in fact, you could probably use it. You really need to have some fun in your life, okay? On Saturday, May 21st, the Sun in Gemini in your 7th house conjuncts Mercury in Gemini in your 7th house. So this is like the conversation. And in fact, it's a review of past conversations, something or other, okay? Whatever kind of conversation you're having at this time, because Mercury is retrograde, it's like a really good idea to be very explicit about what you're saying. If this is a business partnership, especially, okay? This is the house of lawyers and contracts of any kind. That's where the partnership thing comes in there, okay? So you could be asked to sign on the dotted line, or someone is drawing up some kind of contract right now, and agreement or arrangement. It could be a handshake deal, you know, whatever, but you could be dealing with someone that's a little bit, teensy bit aggressive right now. You know, that they'll be more aggressive in when like Mars moves into this area. Okay, so now you're getting a taste of what they're like when they want things their way. Okay, so this could also go in a romantic relationship or with a friend. You could have a friend that is, I don't know, acting up just a little bit. Okay, they could be doing something really ridiculous, like hanging out with another friend that's in your group of friends, okay, that maybe you don't really care for. So they're chumming up with this other person, and they're like acting like they're best friends, and you're supposed to, I don't know, notice it or be upset, whatever. It's childish, whatever it is, okay? On Sunday, May 22nd, Mars in Pisces in your 4th house sextiles Pluto in your 2nd house of Capricorn. So now we're back to your home life again, and making some kind of changes that like need money to be successful, you know. So if it is again doing something to your home in like remodeling or upgrading it in some way, or changing the terms of, let's say, like if you do have a roommate and they pay rent or they pay this or that, how much, you know, they pay for something, changing those terms in some way or other that's like a lot more beneficial to you. Okay, let's see here. I think I can squeeze another one here on the same tape. Okay, so for Aquarius, on Wednesday, May 18th, Mars in Pisces in your 2nd house conjuncts Neptune in Pisces in your 2nd house. Okay, so having Mars in your 2nd house of earned income means that you are very active or energetic in going after a new source of income, trying to bring in more money or increase your pay, that wherever it is that you currently work. But even if you don't work at all, you're still out to increase your income in some way or other. Conjuncting Neptune, though, could be, somebody could try to pull a fast one on you, trying to get you to invest in like the latest thing, whatever is out there, digital currency or, anything. But somebody could be a real fast talker when it comes to you and your money or you and your investments. In fact, this is the house of like possessions, but it's your valuables, okay? And your own personal values. But this is where like things like your jewelry or stocks or coins or something like that fall. And you could actually be getting an appraisal right now, let's say, on something like jewelry or some kind of collectible that you know, you've looked it up online and you see it's worth like all this money, but if you go to a local place, you know, and they're like, you know, way off when it comes to how much this item is worth, but they'll act like, you know, they're going to take it off your hands though, because it's hard to move this kind of merchandise, or it's not going to sell anyway, so they're going to do you a favor. You know, there's like a little scratch on it or something. Let's say like you have a Lionel train, you know, that are like worth thousands of dollars, right? And because you have like a little scratch on one of the cars, they're going to knock thousands of dollars off of what they're going to pay you for it, but they're going to do you a favor because no one else would take this, right? No one else would even take it with that scratch on it. So don't fall for it. That's the thing right now, is somebody trying to get you to part with your money, and you're kind of like feeling at a loss because you're not knowledgeable enough in that area to know if it's a good deal or if it isn't a good deal. You know, so I just wouldn't do it at all. How's that? And someone could actually just steal from you right now. Okay, so, you know, outright steal something of yours. So it's a good idea to go and check that whatever is still where you left it, you know, in the safe, in a drawer, in a box, or something or other. Just make sure it's still there, okay? Because this could be the day that you discover a theft. Anyways, on Thursday, May 19th, the Sun in Taurus in your 4th house trines Pluto, transiting in your 12th house of Capricorn. So this is very nice, the Sun being in your 4th house of your home and private life, your personal life. It's also your past, your childhood, it's your family. It's where you actually physically live, okay, and the property surrounding it. And it's if you live with anyone, if you live with family or a roommate. But something could possibly occur, you know, within your living arrangement right now or within your home that brings you some sense of relief in some way or other, that whatever is going on in your home or even your personal life is going the way that you would like it. It makes you feel like a little bit more secure or safe in some way. On Friday, May 20th, Mercury in Gemini in your 5th house sextiles Jupiter, transiting in your 3rd house of Aries. So the 5th house is the house of entertainment of any kind, sports, games, speculation, gambling, romance, okay, creativity, children, all kinds of fun stuff. And it's retrograde right now. Mercury's retrograde in your fifth house, making this very nice sextile to Jupiter in your 3rd house of your everyday life, local travel, and communications, a big communication house here. Right now, I would have to say that maybe you could get an invitation either by phone or even in regular postal mail to attend something, could possibly even be like in your neighborhood, like a barbecue or something like that, or be part of some kind of game or whatever, local game that is going on, like a contest possibly even. It could even be involving your child or their school or something or other. But you could take a little trip, you know, to like an amusement park or some place that is like fun, that you were possibly supposed to go to, but your plans fell through or you had to put it off. And now that Mercury is retrograde, you know, a lot of times it is hard to travel during Mercury retrograde, but a lot of times a possibility pops up again, okay? The opportunity pops up again from a previous time, and maybe you weren't able to even do it then. But now you could, like, you know, there could be like a reservation that opens up in a place where you wanted to go. And this is like either a day trip, overnight trip, or even a weekend trip. Okay, on Saturday, May 21st, the Sun in Gemini in your 5th house conjuncts Mercury in Gemini in your 5th house. So this is a very nice communication of some kind, okay? Or I would have to tell you, I would have to say to you to, play the lottery or a small wager, or go to a casino, play the slot machines or something like that. Not a big gamble, but because it's a conjunction here. And this is for people that play lottery numbers. If you play like the same number every day and it hit, and so you stop playing it because you figured it's not going to come back, and when Mercury is retrograde, especially in your 5th house of gambling, that is when numbers repeat themselves. Lottery numbers repeat themselves from like the previous 3 to 4 weeks even. So don't ever drop your number after it hits, especially when Mercury is in your 5th house. Okay, even if it's in direct motion. So, something like that could occur, or you could have a really nice conversation with, let's say, like a romantic interest, possibly. If you're already seeing someone, you could have a very nice conversation with them about things you've been meaning to talk about, meaning to ask them about. And this could even be things like that are pretty important, like, do you have children? Or are you married, Are you divorced? Are you separated? Whatever. So the important stuff comes out at this time as far as conversations go. So on Sunday, May 22nd, Mars in Pisces in your 2nd house, sextiles Pluto transiting in your 12th house of Capricorn. So we're back to Mars in your 2nd house of income and your possessions, your personal values, your what you own, though, also, and hidden talents. Okay, so you may have, or you may know something, or are actually doing something with your money that you're not letting people know about, and it's to put you in a stronger position. And that's exactly, like, who wouldn't do that, right? So you could actually be making some kind of move, okay, that you've really, is very well thought out. It's something you've been doing since Mars was in your 1st house, or actually in your 12th house. When Mars was in Capricorn, you were already doing, putting plans together to make this move. And this could be the day that you actually do something or other. And it is kind of like a secret, but it's not like a very big deal if people find out. But it's just that it's your business and really no one else's, right? Okay, so for Gemini, on Wednesday, May 18th, Mars in Pisces in your 10th house, conjuncts Neptune in Pisces in your 10th house of your career, your outer persona. Okay, how the public views and speaks about you publicly. It's your most highest point in your chart. Okay, so, but it's basically your career, but how you're known by reputation, personally and professionally. Okay, so these two planets don't blend well, okay, together, because Mars is the ego planet. It is there for you to, especially in your 10th house, it's makes you a little bit more competitive, let's say, like for a position, whether it be professional or personal, like status within your own group of friends or within your own community. Okay, now the conjunction to Neptune kind of puts you in a weird, awkward position, possibly, where you may be rubbing elbows with someone that does the exact same thing that you do, let's say, for a living, and maybe they've come a little bit further than you have, or you are the one who has surpassed them. You may have close contact, let's say, like with a mentor or someone who is like your boss, possibly, or someone in a company that you work for, or somebody that you would like to impress, whatever. Anyways, but it turns out that you kind of like have to, I want to say, swallow your pride, because like if you did anything, you would like be seen as trying to show up this person, trying to do, have people, you're like you're trying to steal their thunder or something. It doesn't matter if you are more knowledgeable in that area, or if you're the better candidate for whatever position it is that you're going for, you know, even if it is status-wise, or even if it is just like among your peer group, you know, nobody's going to be happy either way. Okay, so it almost looks like someone could do this to you, or they may think that you're doing this to them. But it puts you in an awkward, weird position that's played out in public somehow or other. Could even be on social media through posts or whatever. Okay. On Thursday, May 19th, the Sun in Taurus in your 12th house trines Pluto transiting in your 8th house of Capricorn. So this is a very nice trine from your house of behind-the-scenes maneuvers, you know, by you or someone else. The 12th house is the house of secrets, like secret plans, even plans that you're possibly making, that you maybe enlist the help of other people at this time. The 8th house is a money house. It's other people's resources and money, but people can also be resources, okay? So it doesn't just mean it's money, okay? You could be getting help behind the scenes from someone who has a lot of clout, okay? Has or does have the resources to help you in some way or other, even if they're just letting you use something of theirs that you need. It could be for personal reasons, but it could also be like for your professional life, your job. On Friday, May 20th, Mercury in Gemini in your 1st house, sextiles Jupiter transiting in your 11th house of Aries. So this is, you know, where you have Aries is your 11th house of friends and associates, acquaintances, the group that you hang out in, or any kind of organization that you belong to. It's like your most sociable house. Okay, it's also social media, and it is socializing in person, you know, going out somewhere and attending like live shows, or doing something, even if it's just to go out for drinks, okay? So you're having Jupiter here opens up possibilities to bring new friends into your life, okay? And this is like one of those times you could find that even while socializing on social media, that you have a lot in common with someone, with Mercury in your 1st house and it being your ruling sign. And even though it's in retrograde motion right now, you're still possibly like running into, let's say, someone that you've wanted to know, that you've wanted to meet, okay, online or in person, okay? When you're out somewhere, you could just accidentally run into somebody that you really wanted to see, okay? On Saturday, May 21st, the Sun in Gemini in your 1st house conjuncts Mercury in Gemini in your 1st house. So obviously this is you just yakking away. Okay, again, like I said, Mercury is your ruling planet, so it's now your time to communicate about a lot of things. Okay, Mercury's still being retrograde, right? So maybe there's some issues you would like to review, you know, with anyone and everyone, you know. So on this day, I believe that you'll be contacting an awful lot of people, okay? You're also on the receiving end of communications, but the majority of them are you. Are you contacting people? And a lot of times it's to find out something, you know, that you were unclear on it, or you needed to know more. So it could even be just like you, like getting information that you need right now. Even though, like I said, Mercury is retrograde. Sometimes it gives you the opportunity to like review or reapproach someone, okay? On Sunday, May 22nd, Mars in Pisces in your 10th house sextiles Pluto transiting in your 8th house of Capricorn. So these planets are, you know, Mars again in your 10th house of, you know, career and awards even, okay, public recognition having Mars here does make you seek that kind of spotlight right now. And the sextile to Pluto, again in your 8th house of other people's resources and money, kind of does do that. You have, you're gaining like powerful friends or supporters in some way or other that are, they're helping you with anything. I mean, if you were a politician, you would like have a lot of people in your corner right now, you know. However, with that Neptune there in your 10th house, they could be looking at you as like they're, I don't know, like, I don't even know what word to use, just like somebody, like not that they own you, but if you are a politician and you are elected, these people will never let you forget about the fact that they feel that they, you know, them and them alone, they helped you get there. It doesn't matter if you were qualified or not, right? So they would try to use that somewhere down the line, okay? For Virgo, on Wednesday, May 18th, Mars and Pisces in your 7th house conjuncts Neptune and Pisces in your 7th house of close relationships and partnerships. Okay, this is the house of business partnerships, romantic partnerships, close friends, any kind of arrangement or agreement, even a written contract or verbal contract that you could have with someone. This is also the house of open enemies. I've covered Mars in your 7th house in your monthly forecast, because when Mars is in your house of open enemies, meaning it's someone that you don't get along with, okay? And everyone knows it, no big deal, okay? This is also like a competitor, though, too, a competition, possibly in business or for someone's like a romantic partner. Maybe you're both trying for, you know, to get the attention of a certain someone, right? So this is like not a very good combination here. You know, with these two planets together, it doesn't make you feel very confident in some kind of move that you're going to make, or feel like you have to make. You're being possibly forced to make some kind of move, and a lot of times it is a contract or something very binding that someone is trying to get you to adhere to, that up until this point wasn't really a problem. You know, it was like all, like I said, verbal, or it wasn't a big deal if this happened or that happened or something or other. Well, somebody could be, you could be in a position where you don't have much of a choice, that you do have to like adhere to whatever somebody wants. So it's just a good idea. I would, you know, avoid anything like this on this day. Contact with someone that really wants me to sign something or agree to something, whether it be in business and or romance. Okay, just not, you know, you're put in an awkward position that doesn't make you feel real confident about the choice that you just made, because you feel like maybe you didn't even really have the choice. You were forced into making, you know, that decision. On Thursday, May 19th, the Sun in Taurus in your 9th house trines Pluto transiting in your 5th house of Capricorn. So the Sun in your 9th house of travel, you know, long distance travel and communications, does like kind of, you know, prompt you to do something like that, you know, get up and travel, especially with the planet Uranus transiting in your 9th house, also bringing up many opportunities to just suddenly travel somewhere. And this could be like one of those times, and it is to visit a romantic interest, or get together with someone that you're involved in a creative project with, or just for fun, period. The 5th house where you have Pluto is the house of fun. Fun and romance, creativity, speculation, sports, entertainment of any kind, okay? So you could, you know, just be taking a trip. Doesn't necessarily have to be long distance, but it could be to just have fun. On Friday, May 20th, Mercury in Gemini in your 10th house, sextiles Jupiter transiting in your 8th house of Aries. Okay, so Mercury's retrograde in your 10th house right now, okay? So the sun, will also be here like the next day, 21st. Anyways, your 10th house is your house of your career, your outer persona. It's how the public views and speaks about you publicly. It's how you're known by reputation, professionally and personally. But it's mainly like your career. So people are noticing you and are talking about you, especially with Mercury retrograde right here, though. Previous job that you may have applied for or just expressed like an interest in could come back around at this time. Someone from this job, could call you to see if you're still interested in doing something with them. Like the sextile to Jupiter in your 8th house of other people's money and resources means that somebody could, if they're making an offer, or it could even be like your current employer could be giving you like little perks or something that they don't necessarily give to everyone, like use of company, credit card or car, or better insurance or something like that, or just help in some way or other. And this is in regards to your career. On Saturday, May 21st, the Sun in Gemini conjuncts Mercury in Gemini in your 10th house. Okay, so if you were looking for another job, this would be like the day that you would start it, or you would get the call that you have the position. If you are a public figure, you could be interviewed on this date, or you were interviewed previously, but this is when it airs to the public, whether it be online or in an actual physical newspaper or magazine. You could also communicate something right now publicly. Let's say if it's not like if you're not public speaking, actually, this could possibly be just like online. It could be in social media, or if you do have like a podcast or a YouTube channel or something or other, yeah, that what you could like upload something at this time and release it on the public, and it has I don't want to say a great impact, but it does have some impact on people who are viewing it. On Sunday, May 22nd, Mars and Pisces in your 7th house sextiles Pluto, transiting in your 5th house of Capricorn. So this is nice, that this kind of aspect is occurring with a close friend or partner in your 7th house. A sextile to Pluto in your 5th house of romance and fun and creative collaboration possibly. This could even be, I do have to mention this though, because it is the house of children, so this could be regarding a child, yours and your spouse's or your partner or whatever, coming to some kind of decision with them. Just having Mars in your 7th house and then Jupiter in your 8th house of shared debt and shared resources though too, meaning that maybe you and your partner didn't know what to do in regards to a child, but now you're like working it out, and it seems that whatever is occurring is fair. It's going to be fair, or you both agree on how you're going to jointly have joint custody of a child. Or if that's not the case, it could even be, let's say, back to a creative project, figuring out the like the finer points of who gets what, just because of all the planets in your 9th house where you have Taurus. This is the house of publishing and media, so that could be something that you're discussing right now and making that possibly a little bit definite, a signed contract, as to opposed to the one that I was talking about on Wednesday, May 18th.